Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. He is finally here. EZA TEQ Ultimate Gohan dropped today. Cannot wait to try him out. He is rainbowed, level 10 links. I even already have skill orbs on him. Went full additional back before his EZA came out. I'm just ready to go. I'm ready to test him out. We have him on Fizz Ultimate Gohan's 200% lead. He actually doesn't link too badly with him. I say too badly. It's currently 2 links. Once he transforms into Ultimate Gohan, that's a different story. We're starting off with 331 in terms of attack, 246k in terms of defense. Of course, he is going to stack every time he supers. And let's just go through his details. So as I said, he is stacking attack and defense by 50% on super. Starting with 3.5 mil. I mean, considering he does stack by 50%, and again, he does have an additional in his passive. Don't really mind him starting that low, already up to 3.7.5. Starts the turn with key plus 3, attack and defense plus 158. That extra key plus 3 that he starts with at the beginning of the turn. Really handy considering, I mean, since release and until technically EZA TEQ, not TEQ, EZA Strength Ultimate Gohan, like he didn't really have a good linking partner whatsoever, and even then, Strength Ultimate Gohan was good, but because his guard was it was chance, you didn't want to risk using him. So literally since release, he hasn't really had a good linking partner. So giving him key in his passive was something he really needed. And I'm happy to finally given it to him. He then gets an additional 58% defense and 30% damage reduction for 1 turn from the character's entry turn. Of course, he does have guaranteed guard as well. But the reason why I love that damage reduction, even if only for 1 turn, is because, of course, he's a stacker. He's always been a stacker and had guard. It's why he's aged so well. But of course, those early turns, especially turn 1, where he's going to be his very weakest, he wouldn't have stacked at all. And the guard's only going to do so much. And with how much damage content is doing nowadays, you know, you kind of had to keep him out of harm's way. You would have to have kept him safe. Now he's got 30% damage reduction for 1 turn. And guard, which means he doesn't have to be kept out of the way. You don't have to keep him out of harm's way until essentially he's okay, or essentially until he's stacked a bit and transformed, those kind of things. He's good to go on turn 1, and you'll probably get a few stacks in by the time he comes back around, and then he'll actually be somewhat okay. Will he be invincible just yet? Obviously not. That damage reduction for the first turn coupled with the guard and even the extra 58% defense, very good, like early on in the beginning of difficult content. We're up to 662k attack, 402k defense, again, all while having guard, which is very nice. Of course, now we have lost the 58% defense, 30% damage reduction. He does also have a built-in additional attack that's 70% chance of becoming a super, which is always nice on stackers. Just having an additional built into their kit always helps them stack a little bit more. Doesn't really need too much considering he does stack again by 50% each time. We're already up to 8.4 mil. We've stacked now 3 times and we're already up to 8.4 million. Now 8.9. He actually has a second additional built in. So it's just the one was enough, but he has a second one where he'll launch another additional attack. There's a 70% chance of becoming a super attack, starting from the turn in which the character performs the 3rd attack in battle, which his first super in the turn, we're up to 10 mil already, which the first super in the turn was the 3rd attack, along with also having the potential system active as well. As I already mentioned, guaranteed guard, and finally to round off his base form passive, he does then gain an additional attack plus 58% within the same turn, and an additional attack plus 58% for 3 turns when guard is activated, which of course is all the time. But I'm pretty sure the way that activates, the way he gets that buff, is when he gets hit, because that's when the game basically signals his guard is activated. But of course, you can have guaranteed guard regardless, so it doesn't really matter too much. You just actually have to wait for him to be hit, I think, for the game to essentially recognize, okay, TEQ Ultimate Gohan is guarding. So that's why him going in slot 1, I mean, not only is he built for it anyway, but him going in slot 1 is perfect, because then he'll get a total of 116% attack for that 1 turn, and then that one of the 58% will remain for 3 turns, but then you're constantly going to proc it anyway, because he's going to be guarding, he's bound to be hit. There's tons of attacks coming in red zone, you know, and any of the future content we have from the 9th anniversary, there's loads. And 9 times out of 10, you're probably going to put him in slot 1. Of course, you can't transform into the 5th turn, which, I mean, by the way the content has been going, 5th turn's not bad at all. If this was like a year or two ago, sure, that might have been a little bit too long. But with the way content has been, and it's been a little bit on the longer side, not bad at all. And the beauty of Tech Ultimate Gohan's transformation, just like so many others, it's an active skill, so you can keep him stacking for as long as you want. It's not like he can't stay in this form because of that guard. And again, the stacking, he'll be fine. But I said, one of the biggest additions to his kit, which helps him out so much. Because let's not forget, it's not like he's had a revival. Yes, he's aged, but he came out in 2020. 2020. This unit is 4 years old, or almost 4 years old. And he has been one of the best aging units in the entire game I think we've ever seen. You could probably still run him now, it's just because of how much he aged, especially early on. You would have to keep him out of harm's way, but you could actually still get away with running him. So he didn't even need like an astronomical amount to get better. We do have All in the Family active with Future Gohan right now. We're already up to 1.9 million attack. I mean, that's that 58% attack staying for 3 turns, but we're already on 973k defense, which is crazy. So we might as well transform him.
Incredible. Allow me to send our new hero to his destination.
This is perfect. Thank you very much. All right, time to go.
Okay, now stuff is starting to get serious. I'm pretty sure he now links a lot better with him. Yeah, look at this. You would never have seen this a few years ago. Him having this many links active, especially with a good linking partner. But then him just not needing key. We need one singular key sphere. Said the main issue was fixed. We're now sitting on a 2.1 million attack stat with 1.1 million defense. With guard. With guaranteed guard. Exchange Boo was very good. Exchange Boo was amazing. 8.6 million attack. Exchange Boo was amazing. Literally, before Tech Ultimate Gohan was revealed, easily the best EZA in the game. Being displaced by Tech Ultimate Gohan's EZA is nothing to be ashamed of because he's still really good. It's just how good Tech Ultimate Gohan is. I mean, he's always been good. So, you know, it was kind of difficult to mess up his EZA. I've said this for years. This was one EZA they couldn't really mess up. And I don't mean couldn't as in like, you know, they're not allowed to. I mean couldn't as in you literally can't. I think it's almost near impossible for them to mess up his EZA because he was already so good before his EZA. Now that he's transformed, of course, he does stop stacking. He now raises attack and defense by 50% for 3 turns. So he will kind of mini stack, if you will. Keeps the key +3, which is great. Attack and defense +258. Guaranteed guard. Guaranteed additional. So getting 250% attack and defense as a 1 turn is good, especially when you could triple because of the potential system. He then gains an additional 58% attack for the rest of the battle, and attacks are effective against all types within the same turn when guard is activated, which again, I think he needs to be hit for the game to essentially recognize that. But again, he's probably going to be in slot 1 anyway. He then performs a guaranteed crit when facing only one enemy whose HP is 58% or more, which you're going to be doing 9 times out of 10 anyway, just because, well, you know, enemy health bars are quite chunky, a lot of defense, damage reduction, and red zone, and eventually the 9th anniversary content as well, are all facing one enemy. Or when you're facing a Margin Busar category enemy, which we have an entire red zone dedicated to, so he's going to be very good there, because he's going to have guaranteed crit, pretty much at all times. I didn't realise we're almost dead. I wonder who took the damage, I didn't even notice. So we're on 2.5 million attack, 1.3 million defense, again. With guaranteed guard. I forgot to turn these off. With guaranteed guard. Which is insane. Now, of course, you can, of course, make him stronger. Because you can just not transform him, which, to be honest, he'll be fine again. Guaranteed guard, stacking the entire time. You've seen how quickly he stacks up. You know, with the 2 built-in additionals. If you have dupes in him, he stacks up very fast. We had him up to... I think just over 900k defense with guaranteed guard, which is stupid. We might die here because of the Fizz Ultimate Gohan, but it's fine. It's fine. I think I'm pretty sure Tech Ultimate Gohan's kind of proved his point of how good he is. But again, this EZA was just, it's so difficult to mess up. 14.5 mil, man. How are you this good defensively? Again, he could be stronger because you could let him stack a bit more, but he stacks so quick as it is. And now he's doing this kind of damage because, oh, guaranteed additional as well. Back-to-back crits. He could even get a second additional because of the dupe system. Yep. 12 million crits. So he would, like, just over 12 mil. So he would have done like 25 million in damage. Crazy. It's crazy. Honestly, he's so good and for so little effort. Pretty much, you don't have to do a lot of him. You just stack a few times, bang, Tech Ultimate Gohan is just running the show. He's back. I mean, he never really truly left because, again, one of the best aging units in the game. But he's back to being the best in the game. Easily. He's number one. He's the number one EZA in the game. But I don't think that was in ever any doubt. I think the only thing that lets him down is something that's been since his release and something that would ever change from his EZA, which is of course his link set. As a set, as an actual set, not great. I mean, he does have better linking partners now, but as a set, not great. And that's where the key in the passive is so huge because it kind of helps that out. But as actual individual links, they're actually pretty good. He gets a ton of attack and defense, especially defense by triggering these, but actually getting them all active. There's only one unit that can really do that, and that's Fizz Ultimate Gohan, who isn't the best. He's not the worst, but he isn't the best. So once again, he still doesn't have a great linking partner and too many at that, but now that he has Ki in his passive, kind of fixes a lot of his issues. He's back. He's back. He's back at being number one. He is the best EZA in the game, hands down. But you can let me know your thoughts down in the comments. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Take care, have a good rest of your day, and post.